Who says that cars are dead? Check this out. Kia just unveiled this at the New York Auto Show 2025, and this is the 2026 Kia K4 hatch. This color is called sparkling yellow, and they actually teased this car about a year ago, actually at this show, and everybody was curious. Everybody wanted to know, when is it coming? What is it going to look like in person? And now we have it. So in this video, I'm going to walk you around this K4 hatch, show you everything, tell you all the specs that we know, and we can explore it together. First of all, I think it's great looking. It's got this kind of long wheelbase stance, so it's not a super traditional, very small car. So it's kind of stretched out, and it's got a long hood, as you can see right there, and very similar lights to what you could also see on the K4 sedan, of course, which is on sale right now. So it shares a lot, including the powertrain, with the K4 sedan. Now, it's a hatch, and I'll show you everything. There's so many people here. I'm trying to be mindful of everybody else. So let's take a look on the inside. I think it's very simple, very Kia. I think there's nothing wrong with this interior. They're saying that the screen is upwards of 30 inches diagonal. Of course, you have your automatic transmission shifter right here. Cup holders, which are quite fancy. They go like this, and you can open it like this. So I actually am a kind of a big fan of interiors on Kia vehicles, including the little piping right here. A little touch of exterior color coming through on the inside. You got piping, you got stitching, you got a sunroof. So this is a GT line. Of course, there'll be a couple of different trims, and the K4 sedan is offered in a couple of different trims with two different engines. So if you're thinking about power comes from either a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder or a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine. The 4-cylinder, the 2-liter, is producing about 147 horsepower, and the 1.6-liter is producing 190. And I think I would go for the turbocharged power plant all day long. Get a little bit more power, and you should not have a very huge penalty on efficiency. We don't have 2026 EPA numbers right now, but we do have EPA estimates on the K4 sedan, and with that engine, the 1.6-liter, the combined rating is about 29 and about 35, 36 on the highway. So it's still pretty decent efficiency. Let me show you the hatch and the space, because there is a lot of it. So let me open this right here. There's a button right to the right of this camera. I'm gonna get my light and kind of show you. So there's a little tonneau cover. You can kind of see this. You got the seats. And with the front seats, the second row up, there's about 22 cubic feet of space. And then when you fold it down, it's almost up to 60 cubic feet of space. About, I think, 58 or 59. So, did you get that too? There's Michael. Hey. So this is pretty roomy. I mean, and this is why hatchbacks are popular, and I think that's why they're cool. It's because of utility that they offer. So you can put about 5 people in there, but then also be able to carry some stuff, lay the seats down. And it kind of looks like a 2-door, right? So there's a door handle right there, but the rear door handle is hiding. So in order to open that, I'm gonna try to sneak in here. You reach in there by the C-pillar, and then you get in. Here I am. Hopefully you guys can see me. I'm almost 6'3", and I can fit pretty comfortably. Yes, my knees are a little bit high, but I can stretch it out. I can lift this headrest maybe a little bit up. Yes, my hair is touching a little bit, but I'm comfy. I can go actually a pretty long ways this way, and it's a little bit dark in here, but you have vents, you have USB-C ports, have the front seats, and here's kind of what the dashboard looks like. So actually, 4 people could ride here in pretty nice comfort. 5 people in a pinch. You could put a 5th person in the middle. And of course, there is a hump, a little transmission hump right there. So yeah, so pretty impressive. I was a little angry that it took us a year to actually see this in person, but now that I see it, I think they did a really good job with this. Now, you're probably wondering about pricing, availability, some other specs. So let me go outside and I'll let you know what we know at this point. This is April 2025. So pricing hasn't been announced yet, but if you look at the K4 sedan, the pricing there starts at just under $22,000. And the pricing goes up to about the GT line with a turbocharged engine to around 28 or 29,000. This hatchback may be a little bit more expensive than that, and we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be available at the end of this year. So they said by the end of 2025, you'll be able to see this K4 hatch at your local dealers. So we'll still have to wait a few months, but I think this sparkling yellow color, which is actually one of the better yellow colors that I've seen in person, it's kind of maybe doesn't quite show at this auto show light, but it kind of changes color depending how bright it is. It reminds me of my Chevy Colorado Trail Boss in nitro yellow that I used to own. Blacked out wheels. I think it looks super, super sharp. And there's little design elements, for a car that would be, with a price in the $20,000 range. I think the design, they kind of nailed it. There's also the EV4 right there. EV4 sedan. Right there, there's Sofian from Redline. But we have a separate video about that car. Tommy did one. So if you check out oldtfl.com, you'll be able to learn everything about the new Kia EV4 electric car. But this is traditional turbocharged power or just naturally aspirated 4-cylinder power. And here's some of the design elements I was talking about, like the little silver strip there, a little silver strip by the mirror with the turn signal there, and also the sunroof on top. And if they offer it, of course they're going to offer it in several other colors, and I cannot wait to see this outdoors just driving around. So cars are not gone. Kia has several offerings for you to choose from. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time at oldtfl.com.